began to work with relatively distinguished political leaders
Yeah.
in Congress and in the Senate there
Yeah.
on a variety of issues like digital rights and
100%.
rights in a digital age. And,
Yeah.
so we have some joint understanding of how things work in
Yeah.
Washington as well, which is also useful when considering Canada in relationship
100%.
to the world. We thought we'd start by talking about, I want you to take the floor here and lay out for Canadian listeners and for the international audience as well, exactly the nature of Canada's, we'll say specifically economic situation now and even over the last 30 years. And so let's start with an analysis of the reality on the ground and then a causal analysis of how we got there.
Sure. And again, I come at this as an ardent capitalist, so I'm going to explain how capitalism works and Canada's issue in this and why the US and other like-type economies have thrived so much in this changed era. And the traditional economy is a production economy where you manufacture goods and you produce them with efficiency and scale, and you sell them at a positive margin, and you fundamentally compete on cost. And the purpose of trade agreements was to get rid of friction of moving those products or what are called tariffs or border adjustments. And that's the traditional economy. And Canada does that pretty well. It set up foreign branch plants. They brought technology, they brought machinery, they brought capital, they brought management. And when you set up these plants, they create domestic supply chains, they create upskilling of workers, they create domestic tax base, and you get lots of these positive spillovers, and the headquarters gets good performance, and everything works great. And that was Canada's prosperity. Canada had tremendous prosperity post-World War II, really up until the early 1990s. About 30 years ago, the US culminated a multi-year effort to birth the knowledge-based economy of intellectual property.